Is it on? There we go. I'm Brian Mason, leader of Alberta's NDP. And that's David Egan, who is our critic for education? Healthcare. He's healthcare. I've got so many, it's hard to keep track of them all. Anyway, I want to thank you all for coming. This is the most draconian and actually surprising set of legislation that the government has ever brought forward. I'm absolutely shocked. I'm shocked that they are prepared to legislate an agreement for provincial employees. We don't know yet what's exactly in the legislation, but we do know that they're setting a pattern of 0% increases over the next 3 years. They have tried to negotiate that with other groups. Do they think that there are no increases in the cost of living in this province? There is inflation. Why should workers who work for this government, or any other workers for that matter, take a reduction in their standard of living to pay for the corporate tax cuts of this government? They've cut corporate tax in this province from 16 to 10%. That's nearly cutting it in half. And they've imposed a flat tax that gives massive tax cuts to the wealthiest in this province. Guess who has to pay for it? We do! And whether it's lower wages and a lower standard of living, or the closure of Michener, or the cuts to post-secondary education, the layoffs of nurses, it's the middle class and the working families of this province that this Conservative government expects to pay the bill so that they can make life easier for the fat cats in this province. And it's time to stand up, and we will stand up. We will stand up with you. We've been on every one of your picket lines. We support organized labor. We know that organized labor is the best voice and the best chance for working people to have the kinds of things in their lives that the very wealthy people have. And that is access to vacations, fair working conditions, safe job sites, pensions, and my favorite, the weekend. So, thank you for coming here. I'm gonna go back inside. If I'm cold now, you'll be cold in about 5 minutes. So, well, the nurses can go forever. But thank you very much. We will stand in solidarity with you, and we will fight side by side against this reactionary legislation. Thank you very much.
I'll tell you, the temperature might be cold out here, but that damn cold government, that's where the real coldness is. This is where the heat is. Listen, on behalf of the Alberta Liberals, I want to thank each and every one of you. The members of every public sector union, thank you for everything that you have done to build a wonderful province and a wonderful country. It's because of the efforts of hard-working people that we're the best province and the best country in the world. I know my dad worked in a mill. My dad worked in a mill, and he was actually the union leader for the International Woodworkers of America. And I still got my union card when I worked in the mill. That's how this country is built, on the backs of hard-working, regular folk who just want a better life for themselves. Thank you. I work in the mill too. Now, what the government here is doing, the Alberta Liberals stand with you, alongside you. We share the concern, your concern, about what they're doing to regular working families, middle-class families, just regular working Albertan families, because their policies are hurting people. Look, how much pension? How much are you gonna get? $1,200 to $1,600, or $12,000 to $16,000 a year in pension? That's poverty line, and they want to cut that? Has anybody checked how much the bills are lately? What rent is today? What food costs? Secondly, Bill 45 and Bill 46, this is this draconian legislation where they just ram the bill in under cover of darkness They're going to ram it through over 6 hours. They're dealing in bad faith with good people like you. Now, Alison Redford, she's good at giving speeches, good at doing PR. I got to give her that. But her government's damn rotten in governing this province. So we ask ourselves, why is this policy? What's the issue here? I'll tell you what it is. It's a simple ideology. The ideology of the far right is, I got mine and you're on your own. That's what Elizabeth Warren said. This is the party of the top 1%. The Alberta Liberals, we believe that when we all do well, when we all share the prosperity, it's a better society. We're all in this together. And we believe that when regular hard-working families got money in their pocket to pay the bills, to eat out, maybe watch a hockey game once in a while, we believe that it's a better society and it's a better world. So we stand alongside you. You know, when they brought in that flat tax, they actually raised tax in the lower income, the lower middle income. They in fact raised taxes on 80% of Albertans. The flat tax. Did you know that? Did you know that they raised taxes? But beyond that, they actually trickled down more burdens to regular working families. School fees, high tuition, fees for seniors. And what are we going to give you? Well, larger class sizes, fewer nurses, fewer staff at the bedside. This is what they've done. So I've asked the question, hey, this is as good as it gets, guys. Economy's great. We got the best employment rate on the planet, the best incomes on the planet. Yet, our citizens' needs are not being met in education, in healthcare. Our roads are broken. Where the hell did the money go? Where the hell did the money go? It's this trickle-down economics. They believe that if you give a small group of people billions of dollars, that the benefits will trickle down to you. What's trickled down, my dear friends, are burdens. That's what's trickling down. So, listen, we stand with you. Please keep the fight. Now, I want you all to recognize, every Albertan's got lots of complaints now. Please, don't forget this. 2.5 years from now, it's time to change the government. It's time to throw these bugs out. Now I need each and every one of you, Brian and I, both of us, believe it or not, the NDP and Liberal leaders sitting here side by side, united. Please, get out and vote. And vote these guys out and get organized. Hey, the Alberta Liberals are going to be with you, and here you see the NDP and the Liberals both supporting you. Thank you. Keep the good fight. God bless you all.